think for a moment about how much our buildings, well, influence our daily lives, right? From comfort levels to energy bills.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's becoming more critical.
exactly. And that's kind of where our focus is today. We're diving into the world of solar shading systems.
That's right. We've got this report from Cognitive Market Research, and it really gets into the details.
Yeah, it does. So our mission really for this deep dive is to get a clear picture of where things stand now, who the major players are, and what's actually driving all this growth.
And we're talking everything from, simple blinds all the way up to quite sophisticated automated louvers.
The kinds of things that manage the sun hitting our buildings, basically.
Precisely. And these aren't just basic window coverings anymore. They're complex systems. Engineered, really.
Playing a big role in making buildings more energy efficient,
Yeah,
just more comfortable for you, the person inside.
exactly. And the numbers back that up. The report highlights that in 2024, this global market is already valued at USD 11.62 billion.
11.62 billion. That's substantial.
It is. And it's not stopping there.
No, the projections show some pretty solid growth ahead, don't they?
They do. We're looking at a KGR, an annual growth rate of about 4.200%,
Okay.
which means by 2032, the market's expected to hit around USD 16.16 billion.
Wow. 16 billion. That kind of growth, well, it suggests something significant is happening.
For sure. And the report points to some clear drivers. There's this growing demand for buildings that simply use less energy. That's a big one.
Makes sense. Plus the whole sustainable architecture movement.
Right. And also, environmental regulations are getting tighter, pushing for greener construction methods.
So for you listening, this means solar shading is becoming less of a nice to have and more standard practice.
Pretty much, yeah. It's becoming integral to building design.
Okay, so diving deeper then, who are the key companies really shaping this market? Who should we be watching?
Well, according to this Cognitive Market Research report, the top 5 manufacturers right now are Hunter Douglas Inc.,
Okay, heard of them?
Lutron Electronics Inc., Conair, which is actually part of Arconic Corporation,
Right.
Springs Window Fashions, and a German company, Werema Renkhoff SE.
Got it. Let's maybe start with Hunter Douglas. That's definitely a name a lot of you will recognize. What makes them a leader here?
Well, they're headquartered in Rotterdam in the Netherlands,
Yeah.
but they are truly global, massive reach.
And their products.
The product range is just vast, all sorts of window treatments, and the key focus is optimizing light, energy use, and privacy.
And they're big, right? The report mentioned figures.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. In 2023 alone, their revenue just from solar shading was around 600 million US dollars.
600 million. Wow. What market share does that give them?
That puts them at about 6.9% of the global market.
Yeah.
It gives you a real sense of their scale.
That's a significant chunk. And they're also known for focusing on sustainable products, aren't they? How does that play in?
Oh, absolutely. That's core for them. Their Duet honeycomb shades, for instance.
Ah, the honeycomb ones. I've seen those.
Exactly. They're designed specifically to trap air. It acts like, an extra layer of insulation.
So keeping buildings cooler in summer, warmer in winter, directly impacting your energy bills.
Precisely. And they invest heavily in R&D, making products smarter, more functional,
Yeah.
often integrating with smart home systems that you might already have.
Okay. Moving on, Lutron Electronics. Based in the U.S., what's their angle, their particular strength?
Lutron, yeah, they're based in Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Their real specialty is automation and motorization.
Ah, the automatic blinds and shades.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about the convenience, window treatments adjusting themselves. Their strength is really in seamlessly connecting these shading solutions with broader building management systems.
And smart home platforms, presumably.
And those smart home platforms, absolutely. Their Savoya QS Triathlon system is a good example, known for being super quiet, very precise control.
So for you, that means convenience, but also optimized energy use. Maybe without even actively thinking about it.
That's the goal. Yeah, set it and forget it while saving energy.
Okay, so Lutron is heavy on the tech integration. Now, Conair, that name sounds maybe more geared towards larger commercial buildings.
You got it. Conair, part of Arconic, headquartered down in Norcross, Georgia. They primarily focus on advanced architectural products.
Like facades and window systems.
Exactly. Including solar shading, specifically for commercial projects. They're big in aluminum construction materials generally.
Okay.
And their shading systems are designed to boost energy efficiency, but also enhance the look, the aesthetics of these large-scale buildings. They offer fixed options like permanent overhangs and dynamic ones that adjust.
Right. And with these big commercial installations, Are they thinking about the environmental impact too?
Definitely. The report highlights their commitment to using recycled materials, which is a big plus,
Good.
and designing their products to really minimize energy consumption in the buildings where they're installed. So for architects, building owners, that's increasingly important.
Makes sense. Okay, next up was Springs Window Fashions, another US-based one.
That's right. Middleton, Wisconsin. Springs Window Fashions offers a really wide array of treatments, both for homes and businesses. Big focus on energy efficiency again.
How do they stack up size-wise?
Well, their total company revenue in 2023 was significant, around $1.8 billion.
Okay, but for solar shading specifically.
From solar shading specifically, it was about $300 million US dollars. So that gives them a market share of roughly 2.6%.
2.6%, so quite substantial. What kind of products?
Pretty much everything, cellular shades, roller blinds. And they often incorporate smart features, motorization, like their smart privacy treatments.
Data privacy.
So yeah, they're covering a lot of ground, both residential and commercial sectors.
A broad approach then, with that tech element creeping in.
Mhm.
Okay, finally, the fifth one was Warema Rankhoff SE from Germany.
Yes, we're Rema. Based in Markteidenfeld, they are a major player in the European market.
Primarily Europe.
Primarily, but they do have a global presence. In 2023, the revenue from solar shading was about $250 million US dollars.
Okay, putting their market share.
Around 2.1%. They're really known for high-quality, very durable systems. Think Venetian blinds, roller shutters, and those popular pergola awnings you often see, especially in European outdoor spaces.
Ah, right. The retractable ones over patios.
Exactly. And like the others, they heavily emphasize integrating smart technology for automated control of light and temperature.
Okay, so it sounds like these top five, they each have their own sort of specialties and areas of focus.
Right.
But the report also mentioned some emerging companies, potential threats.
Yes, absolutely. It's not just the big guys. The report identifies several companies gaining traction, potentially challenging that top five dominance.
Interesting. Who are they?
Let's see, Duco Ventilation and Sun Control from Belgium, Skyco Shading Systems Inc. from the USA, Pro Automation, that's a Settle Ltd. From South Africa,
South Africa?
Glascon GmbH from Germany, and Unisol Architectural Corps from Canada.
Quite a geographic spread there.
Yeah.
What gives these companies the potential to, disrupt things? What are they doing differently?
Well, each seems to have a unique angle. Duco, for instance, is really innovative in how they combine natural ventilation solutions directly with their sun shading.
Oh, so an integrated system.
Exactly. This integrated approach to the whole building climate control picture is a key trend. Skyco, they specialize more in custom-made automated solutions for both homes and commercial buildings, and they seem to be expanding internationally.
Customization and automation. Okay. What about the others? What makes them noteworthy for you?
Well, Pro Automation is interesting. They're focusing on bringing smart tech to their shading solutions, but specifically targeting the African and Middle Eastern markets.
Ah, a regional focus.
Mhm.
Smart. Those regions have specific climate needs.
Exactly. Then there's Glascon. They stand out because they integrate solar control into the glass itself,
Mm.
often combined with shading systems.
So smart glass plus shades.
Kind of, yeah.
Mhm.
Offers both energy efficiency and, aesthetic benefits. They seem to have a growing global presence, too.
Okay. And the last one, Unisol.
Unicel Architectural from Canada. They're known for quite advanced louvered systems. They diffuse light very effectively.
High performance stuff.
Yeah, often used in specialized buildings like museums or labs, maybe. And they're growing through collaborations with architects. So you see, a lot of these emerging players are zeroing in on specific tech or regions or these integrated solutions.
Definitely sounds like they're focusing on niches and maybe newer tech angles. So how does the report, Cognitive Market Research, actually go about comparing all these companies, the big ones, the newcomers? What criteria are they looking at?
They use several key metrics, as you'd expect. Naturally, revenue and market share are big ones, indicators of financial health, current market control.
Sure, the bottom line.
Right. But also, how diverse is the company's product portfolio? Do they offer good range, blinds, shades, louvers, automated stuff? And importantly, what are the features and benefits of those products for you?
That makes sense. Look at their current position, but also what they actually offer. What else goes into the mix?
Technological innovation is a major factor. How well do their systems incorporate smart controls, sensors, sustainable materials? That's huge now.
Okay.
Their global reach, too. Can they supply international markets effectively? And, critically, how much are they investing in R&D research and development.
Right. That points to future competitiveness, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's a key indicator. And finally, the report looks at strategic partnerships and collaborations. These can really expand market access and tech capabilities.
So it's not just about who's selling the most right now, but also who's innovating, building partnerships, preparing for the future.
Precisely. It's a multifaceted evaluation.
Okay, so if a new company wanted to jump into this market and actually succeed, what does the report suggest they should focus on? What's the recipe for success here?
The report highlights several critical things. First off, innovation combined with cost effectiveness. That's key.
Easier said than done, maybe.
Perhaps. But developing advanced systems like automated or smart controls, using energy-efficient materials, but keeping prices competitive, that's crucial for grabbing customers.
Delivering clear value.
Right. Offering superior light control, better thermal comfort, and demonstrating real energy savings for the user. That's vital.
Deliver a better product, good price. Classic. What else is important for these new entrants?
Well, supply chain matters. Efficiently sourcing affordable, high-quality raw materials. Streamlining manufacturing. That helps manage costs.
Makes sense.
Partnering with tech companies is also smart, making sure their shading systems integrate seamlessly with, the popular smart home platforms like Alexa or Google Home. That's a major plus for consumers.
Integration is key these days.
Absolutely. And then there's expansion, looking at those fast-growing regions we mentioned, Asia-Pacific, the Middle East, Africa, huge potential there.
Go where the growth is.
Right, and building strong relationships locally with architects, construction firms. That's essential for getting products specified in new projects, especially commercial ones.
Getting spec'd in, yeah.
And finally, aligning with global sustainability trends, using eco-friendly materials.
Right.
That resonates more and more with customers, both residential and commercial.
So it really is a comprehensive strategy needed. Product, cost, partnerships, targeting the right markets, and being green.
Pretty much sums it up, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to sort of bring our deep dive towards a close here, what are the main things we should really take away about the solar shading systems market right now?
Well, the big picture is
Right.
it's clearly a market on an upward trajectory. Strong growth,
Driven by?
driven by that demand for energy efficiency, the rise of smart homes, and this definite preference for eco-friendly solutions. You see that across the board.
Okay, growing market. What else?
We've got that substantial current market value, over $11 billion, with significant growth projected, heading towards $16 billion by 2032. The competitive landscape is, well, dynamic.
Dynamic how?
You've got these well-established leaders, the Hunter Douglases, the Lutrons. They have strong R&D, broad product lines, global reach.
But there are these newcomers shaking things up.
Exactly. A vibrant group of new entrants challenging the status quo, often with innovative, cost-effective solutions, maybe focused on specific niches or regions.
So it sounds like both the big players and the newcomers, they've really got their work cut out for them to stay ahead or just to compete.
Precisely. It's not static. The established companies, they need to keep investing in R&D, keep expanding globally.
Yeah.
The new entrants, they need to leverage their agility, focus on tech advancements, sustainability, really carve out their share.
But the market itself, crowded.
The report calls it moderately fragmented. Competition is definitely heating up.
Okay.
So ultimately, success in this space going forward, it really seems to hinge on a company's ability to balance that technological innovation, a genuine commitment to sustainability, and smart regional expansion.
Getting that balance right. This has been really insightful, thanks. It makes you think, though. Considering this growth, the push for smart, energy-efficient solutions, how will this integration evolve? Solar shading connecting with broader smart building ecosystems.
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
What new possibilities could that unlock? Not just for saving energy, but for fundamentally changing how you experience comfort, how you interact with your home or office. It's definitely something to ponder as tech keeps shaping the spaces around us.
Absolutely. It really highlights how something seemingly simple, like managing sunlight, is becoming incredibly sophisticated. And it's a vital piece in creating buildings that are just better, more sustainable, more user-friendly for all of us.